Hello folks. So in this video I'm going to continue doing the Uptime Kuma upgrade from V1 to V2, for which I want to actually migrate the data. And I've got all the monitors, some 487 of them. And I'm going to try to actually add monitors through the API using the Python API. And then I'll check out how I can do it, using Golang maybe. But I just want to see if I can just provide the minimum inputs, right? For example, here they say add monitor and just give three things and that's it, they're done, right? They don't give stuff like path and stuff like that, right? So for example, because path is something that comes up here, just a moment. So for example, path is something that comes up here. I still haven't gotten all the fields, by the way. I've gotten fields till JSON path only, which is this which is still here, and I still have these. So you can see path name, there's description and all. And what if I give a parent the ID of a parent, like ID that doesn't exist for parent or for children, right? So what happens then is something to check out. So let's see. And I don't think I can add children even before adding the parent, like, or while adding the parent. Just a moment. Yep, I'm back. So let's try it out now. Let's go to the Python thing. So let me just do api.get monitors and we can see we get it all. Right, and now if I say api.add monitor, I think I'll do this. Interesting how this shows up as like not unique in times. Okay. So add monitor and I need to give in something like this, right? Type, name, URL and all. So all the things, the parameters, the list of parameters can be seen over here when I click add monitor. So this is all optional. There's a lot of optional stuff. Okay, optional, everything is optional. It's a string, by the way, the parent. The name is a string. Okay, interesting. So in this case it's a string, but I think they converted into an integer, I'm not sure. Description is a string, interval is a integer. So this is optional. A lot of optionals, okay. Optional, so there's a default here, none. Or else you have to actually give it again. So optional, everything seems to be optional over here. Optional. Okay, I can see that almost everything is optional. But the reality is you should actually have some stuff for some of the things that you define. For example, if it's a HTTP thing, I think you can't just save it. I didn't give even URL. It'll say it's a request, please enter a URL, right? But I think the Python API, I don't know how it is built. Let me try it out. Let me try it out by giving something basic, right? For example, let me not give anything and let's see how it works. If the server returns an error, so there's a term Kuma exception, right? So good. So let me just call add monitor. So it says missing two required positional parameters, type and name. Okay, so this is like the language level thing. So let me just give type is equal to, and then I'll just say HTTP like this. Let's see if it works. And name as test August 28th, 2025. The time is 11:03:50, 55, right? So this should give an error. So it says required argument missing arguments str. So missing length of missing arguments. Okay. That's weird. It doesn't give missing arguments str. Okay, so it doesn't say what is the problem here. I think I know what's the problem. I think the problem is, okay, let me just go ahead and check it out in the API. So here's the API. So missing argument, right? Missing underscore arguments, right? So this is what is coming up. String is joining the missing arguments, but it's not showing it for some reason. Required parameters, and then required parameter. Okay, weird. Let me see where and all this check is getting called. Right? It's getting called check arguments monitor. You can probably go and check what add monitor does, and that should give me an idea. Monitor, right? Okay. So here it builds the monitor data, check arguments monitor, and then goes for it. Okay. So I'm not sure what happened over here. I think build monitor data, it builds the thing. So I'm guessing it sent all the arguments, and over here, so the type is basically of this type, right? I think it would have taken HTTP as the type now. Because I gave this, if I had given say something like blah, I think it wouldn't have worked out. Yeah, see? So it says required args by type. So it gives a different error by the way. So it says traceback, add monitor data, check arguments monitor. So it says required args by type. So type. So it just says this. I think the type is the problem here. So let me just say just a moment. So let me just go ahead and say HTTP for now. And I think for HTTP you have to give the URL. I think some reason it doesn't say what is missing. So I'll just give the URL and let's see how it goes. Let's say HTTP something and let's see if it gives an error or something. Time is 11:07 actually, so I'll just put it as 11:07:20, right? Okay, it added it. So let's go here and check it out. So connection refused. Okay, cool. Just a moment. I think I have some window here. Yeah, I have a window here. Let me just yeah. Cool. So there is a test August this, and it's of type HTTP. Okay, where the URL itself says HTTP. Interesting. This is this. Oh, it's a URL basically, right? So if you click this, you should go to the URL. In this case, this is the URL, and it's having an error. Right, so HTTP here, if I just make it as HTTPS connection refuse, okay. If I save it, it says please enter URL. So in the front end they have a validation, but in the back end there's no validation. So clearly that's a problem. Okay, so if I just say just leave it as this, please enter a valid URL. Okay. If I save it like this, gets saved. Okay. So J gets saved, but yeah. Okay, so the ID for this is 11. So it gets saved as J for now, which is a valid URL. It could be an internal DNS hostname, like some hostname, which resolves internally alone and not in the public. So let's see if we can add some more stuff over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is 11 9, right? This is another 20. Let me just say parent equal to 100. There's no parent named 100. So it says like parent with ID 100, right? Insert into monitor. Okay, so this is a SQL query. So insert into monitor, accepted status JSON, status codes JSON, auth method, body, conditions, database connection string, and all that. There's a lot of stuff. Finally, it says values 200 to 299. So there are a lot of default values going in here. And then finally, just cannot add or update a child row. A foreign key constraint fields. Kuma, order constraint, monitor parent foreign. References monitor ID, right? So clearly this 100 is not available. Can I give this, like this is 11, right? Can I give 11 as a parent? Will it work? It worked, wow. So now 11 is basically a monitor and a group, I think. Let's see. For example, can I add can I make this a HTTP? Can I put things under HTTP? Like HTTP, let's say dummy, another dummy, and this one says google.com, let's say, right? Let's see, this is going to be 0, HTTPS, cool. If I say this, so this one, it says this is connection refuse, that's fine. So this one, now let me edit it to say every 5 seconds, every 1 second, oh that's too much, every 5 seconds. Value must be greater than 20 now, okay. So 20. Cool. So let me go ahead and click this. So now can I, so this is ID 14, right? So now can I create something that is under ID 14? Yet another dummy, right? Google.com 20 and 0 and certificate expiry, monitor group. I can't just choose 14 as the group over here, right? But let's just save this for now. So this is yet another dummy which comes under below, because it's alphabetical, I think. So here you can see how this shows up for the HTTP. For this, let's say if test group, it shows this. For this, it shows HTTP and whatnot, and under it, it has this. Right, like actually for a group monitor, it should look like this. It shouldn't say any URL here. And it should say what is under it, all children up and running and whatnot, right? So it has like, I think, one child, actually one child and then another child and then another child. Here it actually says connection refused for this, and I could edit this. Let me just quickly edit this. Let's say google.com every 20 seconds, right? Certificate this. Okay, so let's save that. So now let me fix this one also. Let's say google.com. So I should be really careful about the inputs that I give. Okay, so basically reader interval is greater than or equal to the heartbeat interval. Okay, and accordingly they have some request time out. I think weirdly they had 48. I think if you increase this, it will become I don't know. If you make it 60, I think this okay. And this was initially 48. I think usually that is 12 less than this. 12 less than 60, but I don't know, now it says 16. Maximum redirects is 0 and save it, and now you're good to go, right? So yeah, I should be really careful about what I give as parent ID. I should give the correct something that exists, of course, because there's a check over there, because SQL query, so there's a check. And can I give just a moment, can I give 11:15, let's say 11:15, and just a moment, 11:15:20, and the parent ID, let me just give it as 11, but I'll give 11 as this, as an integer. Okay, it works. So it's here, it's 16, and yeah, let's just change this. Google.com, so that it works. So here you can see 48, and once I reduce this to 20, for some reason it becomes, if I say 21, if I say 30, interesting. If I say 40, if I say 50, if I say 60, now the request amount doesn't change. Anyways, I'll say 20 for now. This okay, I need to learn how the other parameters are going to work, but I can see how add works and what all I can do. Cool, so for now that's all I had. I'll probably play more and I'll record when I play. That's all I had for this video. That's the next one.